Hi, and welcome back to Vic Sewing Corner. So I know that I said that the next project I was going to be working on was a pair of 18th century stays, but unfortunately with the pandemic, there's just so many things that are back ordered and won't arrive, and I just thought I would take this opportunity to make a video that isn't historical, but it is definitely useful. And of course, what I'm talking about right now is face masks. So there's so many different kinds of face masks out there right now. There are surgical ones, there are cloth ones like I'm making, and a lot of states have these mask mandates, which everyone should totally be wearing one right now because safety is so important and we want to make sure that nobody else gets sick. But these masks are cute and they can be made with pretty much any cotton fabric. The masks that I am making specifically can have an insert in them, like a filter. So if that's something you want to do, then go along and follow this tutorial. Also, if you don't want to put a filter in, you could just do an extra layer or two of fabric, and that would probably work just as well. Now, I am by no means making medical grade masks. These are just ones that people are wearing to go to the grocery stores or to the beach or whatever, just because you need to have a face covering. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first step was to go on Google and look up some face mask patterns. Now, like I said, the ones I'm making are ones that you can insert a filter into, look like that. So I found some great patterns, either this kind or this kind. So I just got a nice cotton fabric. Now I have two masks that are already patterned. So this one's just gonna be a plain blue one, which is just 100% cotton fabric. So you can either print out the pattern or you can just enlarge it and turn your screen brightness all the way up and then copy that onto your fabric. Now I folded my fabric over. I'm going to pin it and then cut it out. Then you just want to cut the middle, and then we're going to sew this part together. So I flipped this inside out, so you can see, and just gonna like try it on. Not really, because there's no straps on it, but see how the fit is. So for me, this fits pretty nicely. And we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna make another one of these, and then we're going to end up sewing them together, but we're gonna leave a little bit of space that's not sewn so that you can insert a filter. So you can either make this one your outside or your inside of the mask. So I think I'm gonna make this the outside of mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna trace this, but when I cut it out, I'm gonna do it smaller. So I'm gonna only make it about that long. As you can see, I'm leaving a little bit of the mask out so that there's a place to insert the filter. So I now have both masks inside out. This is the one that we just sewed, and this was the first one. So I'm putting the one that's going to be the most inner around the outside. Now, if you're not gonna do a filter, you could probably just make another layer and you could be fine, or use some fusible interfacing. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, so I do not know for sure, but it would definitely be more material than just these two. So I'm going to try to pin these together, leaving the side open, and then I'm gonna sew it. So now it's turned inside out, and there's a little slit for the filter. And I'm going to just hem the raw edges so that it doesn't look so bad and frayed. Then I'm going to add 4 straps. Now you could either add elastic or you could do bias tape. I don't have any of either of those, so I'm just gonna take some of my fabric, of the blue fabric, and I'm going to make it about 1/4 of an inch in width, and I'm going to hem that as my straps to place. So if you don't have bias tape or elastic, what you're gonna wanna do is cut out some strips of fabric about 1/2 inch thick, the same color if you want as your mask. So this is one of the straps that are done, and what you're gonna do is take one of the ends and you're going to make a knot at the very end of it. And that's just because this end isn't really finished, it's frayed, so this will just keep it nicer. And then you're going to take the mask, you're going to put it onto each of the corners. So you want the nice side facing out. And just about there. And I'll pin that into place. Go. So I have pinned each of these in place, and now I'm just going to sew this way and then one time across, and the mask will be done. So this is the final mask, and the filter can go inside of it. So there we go. And this is just a nice little face mask to wear to protect against COVID. And it is quite breathable because it's all 100% cotton. So I really hope that this helps, and I hope that you guys like this tutorial. So please like, comment for what other videos you want me to make, and subscribe.